one. Okay, here it is. So, just to kind of get your creative juices flowing today, Mr. C, I'm going to start off with another lightning round. You know what's funny? We're back in Mexican Town. The last time we had a lightning round, it was Mexican Town lightning round, parts 1 and 2, and I guess this is going to be part 3, possibly 4 as well. So without any further ado, as you know, the classic rules to a lightning round is answer quickly, but we're here for a minute, so take your time. You know, lightning round with casualness to it, ease. What is lost today in music that you saw in spades years back?
In spades?
Yeah, like what do you not see in music today that you saw a lot of in music back in the day?
I don't see concerts, I don't see live performance. That's what you're talking about, you know, because we don't have any. Who come to town? And then when people come to town, when the West come to town, they be in a concert. So I like clubs like to spit on you, you know, sweat on you.
That's great. I've never heard that before. That's great, yeah.
You know, you close up on them, you know, and they sweat. Like I saw Nancy Wilson at Baker's, and that's a small club, you know, Baker's.
Yeah.
And she was on stage, and so when I walked in, you know, she saw me, she was singing another song. But when she saw me, she started saying, "Save your love for me."
Save your love
wish I
for
knew.
me.
She went in there, wish I knew why I'm so in love with you. That's what started out. Wish I knew why I'm so in love with you. Because she was out debating about vocalists. She came from Ohio to be in my store because I'm the one who got a record on the radio. Guess who I saw today? She hadn't. You know, when I started talking about something, it's a long story to go on with it. I didn't mean to do this.
No, it's casual lightning round. Casual. I love it. No, I'm just evoking stories this way.
And see, Nancy Wilson, she had a certain way she sang and phrases that told her story and expression, etc. And she was just great. But nobody heard of her. She had 3 albums out.
Yeah.
One was called Like Love. That was the first one.
Yeah.
Second was Something Wonderful.
Ooh.
The next one was Joy Sharon. And here is beautiful. She was so sexy and beautiful, I thought. And you know, she's on there with Joy Sharon, and had to be white, and you know, and she's black. So anyway, and that brought the attention. So I opened the album to listen to her, see what she was about. Because at that time, Capita had on a label Dakota Staten.
Okay.
She's a black female jazz singer, which she never made good money because she wasn't promoted. But when I came here, everybody talking about you had to have the Late Late Show by Dakota Staten. But anyway, so Nancy Wilson on, so I played it. And because she got to sell, we had this record that wasn't selling.
Yeah.
So I played the tune, Guess Who I Saw Today. That's the name of the tune. And so LeBaron Taylor was working at WCHB.
Yeah.
And how LeBaron got on the radio, he came in from a little small town, because when I saw him down in Woodward, he was really, it was tight for him because the way he was dressed, you know. He was like a country. Anyway.
He looked like a country boy?
Well, not country boy, I shouldn't say that. He looked poor like we all was poor then.
Oh, like a simpleton.
His shoes was worn, they was run over, and you know, and I noticed that at the time we wore boots up to here, men did it, like in
it was the style.
Right. Here was turned, you know, here was going on them, something like that. And I made a comment, I still made the comment about it, because I went back to the store and was talking to Mr. Kewell.
You couldn't help it, yeah.
And I just knew, and I saw him, you know, and I said something about his shoes, because that kind of thing, you know, you know, that's what we did. People laughed at me, I'm sure. When I came here, I had gold in my mouth.
Really?
I had to go hearts in the front.
Hearts?
Yeah.
I never heard of that. Like a grill?
Yeah, well, in the South, see, that tells you where you're from. Southern people did that stuff, you know? And I did it. But when I came here and, you know, and the people that I told you I started working with Dearborn. And,
Yeah.
And they would say something about my gold in their mouth. That mean I was, yeah.
So it wasn't false.
No, that's the way it was
Yeah.
then. We put a gold teeth.
So it wasn't like you lost teeth and they were false
Right.
teeth. It was a grill or
you
something.
just put a
I don't know how
teeth
that
on
works.
the gold. You fix it and put it as a cap. But so
Interesting.
anyway,
Yeah.
what was I saying now?
So when you came there, you had gold teeth. So like, you know, you stood out like a sore thumb for a minute too, until you realized what it was and you adapted and you fit in more after that. Did you? Here's a weird question. You're a singular guy. You fitting in that. You certainly are very conscious. You're very aware of what's going on around you. You pay attention to what's going on around you. But at the same time, and you try to be respectful of people. But at the same time, you are your own. You've always been your own man. Always kind of looked your own particular way. But in that case, you wanted to be more like everyone else when you got to Detroit. You didn't want to stick out too much, at least at the beginning.
Dude, I didn't want to be known that I can tell where he's from. He's from the South. I didn't want to be known that. People speak, and some people never change the tone. They still talk like they're in the South and live like they're in the South.
Yeah.
I was in a different, I looked, say, when you're wrong, do as Roman do.
Yes, right.
I'm not in a country boy in the city.
You adapted.
I didn't want to be country with the gold in my mouth. That's my point I'm trying to make.
And I'll say two things to that. First, adapting is a key to a long life, to adapt to changes. And then the second thing, back to the original question, what is lost today in music that you saw in spades years back? Performance. Yesterday, we filmed in Eastern Market. Now we're in Mexican Town in a loading dock somewhere. And yesterday we talked. You mentioned, I didn't know this, that the Temptations used to be street performers, just sing on the side of the road. They weren't dancing, but they were singing. But two things I wanted to say to that. Did they begin the fad of a group dancing? And then the second question is, I think the live performance, sadly, and it shouldn't be, but it is. It's a lost art nowadays. People don't know how to present themselves live on stage. And you even mentioned before that Berry Gordy sent his artists to almost like to college to learn how to be a performer, which it just kind of sounds like he picked out tutors. Tutoring is the best way for people to learn. You think you need a tutor if you're struggling, but imagine how much better you do if you get a tutor and you're already doing well. You just get up even to a higher level. And I think that's the genius of Berry Gordy. He had all these teachers, he thought, the full artist, not just, we're a musician, but a musician, a performer, a dancer, an actor, composer, everything. The whole package. That's lost today. Wouldn't you agree?
Yeah, it was just a different time and a different era. It's not like, the world revolving, that's the way it was then. That's a different thing.
It's not needed now.
Well, it could be. I'm old school. I like to.
Same here.
Look, if I'm going out, I like to dress a certain way. I want to look a certain way. I want to wear a certain thing. But now fashion is what people do. But I'm just saying that then he had his choreographer people to teach him that.
Yeah.
And they taught him how to act and how to sit and how to
elocution.
Respond. Right.
Yeah.
They needed that. But now it's a different thing. Everybody go out with your own thing. Who the
As
weirdest
they are.
person?
Yeah.
That don't make me want to do that. Maybe I'm compared to who? Some
Amen.
people think I'm weird.
Yeah.
Dig? So if I'm just still saying, compared to who? That's your thing. It's a free country.
And then again.
And you remember Ozzy Brothers, that's why they came out. It's your thing. Do what you want to do.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't tell you who to sock it to.
Words live on in truth.
They still try to tell you he shouldn't marry her, he shouldn't be this, he shoulda, coulda, woulda. I don't do that. I don't introduce nobody to nobody.
Well, what about this? have you heard of it? There's a website going around. It's called SoundCloud.com. You have like what are called SoundCloud rappers or SoundCloud performers. All it is, it's a website where people post up audio, and so instead of listening to the radio, the artists themselves will start a little channel on this website called SoundCloud.com and post all their music up there, and then they get famous that way. And the joke is, a lot of these people, they're literally in their bedroom making music. They don't leave their bedroom. They even
it's a different time, just like I said.
But to that point, there's good and bad with everything. Back in your day and back in this day, and now in this day. So in this time, you got these people in their bedroom. They're making music. They're singing. They might have a camera doing on camera, and then they get huge because they might make great music legitimately. But here's the rub. People want to see them in person eventually. So they book a show. They get up on stage, but because they've always been in their little 8x8 bedroom. The whole time they've ever played music, that's all they know. So they get up on this. Right now we're on a stage, of sorts. They get up on this big stage and they don't know how to occupy that stage. They just kind of they're claustrophobic, cloistered in one little spot. And the Temptations, they walked around like you said yesterday there was a Temptation walk. There's a certain way I didn't even know there was a particular walk that they claimed as their own that everyone
everybody tried to do the dance. That was a dance called that. We had.
But that stage presence is lost today.
Well, that's what everybody now do. They still done the same thing, just done it different. Like I want to be the weirdest person.
There's a big competition for that.
I want to be the cleanest person.
No competition for that.
Well, I'm just still saying that to each his own.
Yeah.
It's a different time. The weirder you are, maybe, the shorter your dress is, the better you might look. But
long
back
as you're
in
not
the
fat.
day, you can do that.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? But it ain't, things change. That's
Yeah.
all. So you asked me about then and that, that's all I'm saying, They did what he had to do then to get where he is then. Now these people here, it's a new day. They don't do that.
Stepping stones.
Right.
Yeah.
You don't have to have a Berry Gordy. You can be a hit success without somebody like Berry Gordy nowadays.
But back to contemporary music. What is your least favorite thing about contemporary music today? Well, I guess contemporary is today, isn't it? But the contemporary music world. What rubs you the wrong way the most?
And not anything in particular. I just like who I like. If I don't like it, I don't mess with it, I don't try to see who. I don't see what the charts are. I don't see what they're playing. I don't see what's out new. I care less. My man is dead. All of them.
Well,
so everybody now is new. So the time I have to listen to music is who I want to listen to. And usually they're not alive.
You don't stick around long enough to be annoyed enough to have a particular opinion, is what you're saying. If you don't like it, you turn it off right away. You don't torture yourself.
Well, I don't listen to. I listen to 97.2 something when I'm out on my scooter.
Yeah.
I listen at the rock, and I like. It's a good music to ride with, and they play old tunes. Think about everything they play. I had my fingerprint on it. Oh, be careful, Ryan. Yeah, man, you play that guitar, man.
Thank you.
And somebody told me that. Somebody else said that too. Told me that.
He saw in Detroit?
I was talking to people I know in Washington.
Yeah.
And I told them who you was with the guitar, and they said they wondered what you look like, and I said he plays the guitar. He said, "Oh, that was him." Like
all
that.
of it's all of it's me.
Uh-huh. But what I was saying is, I don't criticize music. I like it, I want it, I don't like it.
I thought you were going to say, I like it, I love it, I want some more of it. No.
Well, I like that record too, but I wouldn't buy it.
Yeah, it to each their own. Hey, which musicians or groups have had the biggest impact on you?
Which group?
Yes, sir.
Like rock and roll group? Or, I mean,
Any musician or
jazz,
group.
jazz.
Okay.
Well, of course, I've got Charlie Parker, Miles Davis. I can see just one. They're a group of Charlie Parker, Miles Davis, the bebop days, bebop years.
That was the peak. Okay, so you might answer down the bebop line. Bebop-a-lula, she's
Yeah.
my baby. I love Eddie Cochran. In your opinion, what is the greatest album ever made?
Probably. Gee, I can't just say one.
List a bunch. People are watching and
there's
they're going to buy
Miles
them.
Davis, Johnny Coltrane, Miles Davis, Lawrence Monk. It's a lot of them, man.
Just anything they do, just about.
Well, the old stuff, Monk, Town Hall do him live, and that's good enough with the Little Rudy Tootie and that stuff like that tune he did. You know, all his tune was Round Midnight. He wrote that. He began to tell round midnight. But hey, they changed the word. But Lawrence Monk wrote that. And Jack Terrell, the disc jockeys, have such a beautiful tune and went back. Because Monk had a beard and he wore a little round hat and he played the piano. He played like, and he get up and my circle goes round and round in a circle. He might dance and go back and sit down.
Back to what do you call it? To stage presence. Who does that anymore? They're wall warts. They just pop a squat and that's it for them.
Well, see, back in the day when Monk bebop, they did that. He wouldn't take his hat off either. You know, back then, you go in the house and you're supposed to take your hat off, but they didn't. Monk, the jazz people, they put their hat on.
Like didn't Marvin Gaye? He would wear like a beanie cap. Or a skull cap, I mean?
Yeah, when he was wearing it, he and I was about the only ones wearing skull cap at those days because he wore it all the time. I never liked the hat. I don't know, I had a hat, but I don't like a hat. And then when you go in a place, you got to check it.
Yeah.
And they smash it up and stuff like that. So I started wearing the skull cap because I put it in my pocket.
Well, here's a question. You and Marvin Gaye were neighbors. Which of you did it first? And if you did it first and if he was your neighbor, I wonder if he was inspired by it and you're the reason why he did it. I wonder.
Well, I got the same cap that I had when I first had it. It's got goggles. You pull it down from inside and mask go your face. And I've had, I don't know when it's...
Like a ski mask.
Right.
Yeah.
It goes in the top of your head and you pull it down, all that. I still have the same one, and I got about 20 skull cap, but that's my favorite.
Do you think you were sporting that style before Marvin Gaye?
We was done about the same time.
Okay, just curious.
You
I know you
never
inspired a lot of people. That's why I ask.
He started inspiring. He started taking pictures of it, but I had one. I had a Navy Pico. Remember that? Navy Pico.
Yeah, they're classy.
Well,
yeah.
I had that in skull cap.
Well, that's beautiful.
And I bought the Pico at a Salvation Army place. Because the only way you could get it is the real Navy Pico.
Yeah.
Then people start fashioning that. You could buy the designing by Johnny Costume. Well, you could get a Pico, but it's imitation. But I didn't. I bought the real one.
Amen.
And I had a skull cap, and I still got the skull cap.
What was that? You always say, and for some reason it's escaping me right now. Florence Kewell taught it to you. Something like "Go big or go home." It's not. It means the same thing. Like if you can't do it first class.
Can't go first class. Don't go at all.
Yeah.
Right.
And that kind of fell in line with
That's
all
where
your
she
style.
was, and I stuck with that.
Yeah.
And so when we went out, we went first class.
Do you have any examples of when what you could have done, but then you did it a lot better? Like what you turned down to improve on?
I don't regret anything I did.
Amen. You're 88 years old to say that at 88. That's a great thing.
I was married 4 times. And I don't regret it.
Yeah. What a life, man, to be able to say that.
I had 4 honeymoons. But they still have the same problem. Look at Brady.
Tom Brady, Giselle.
Right.
Yeah, his Brazilian
She
ex-wife.
got so much money, and he
Yeah.
got so much money. But what the hell? It's only money. You like your freedom. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that's what I like, my freedom.
Yeah.
You know, I can't be tired. You know, so if you don't, when love die, I'm gone.
So all your marriages, all but one, started in Detroit. The first one started in Arkansas. You're the
Two came in Arkansas and two here.
Oh, I'm glad I
But
made
you know,
that
each time
point.
I
Made
proved
distinction.
myself better. I moved up a little better and a little better and a little
Okay.
better, and I learned. Each time it was a couple. You know, we was together, but we went out. For whatever reason, I started to take all of it. And some I did, and some I didn't do. It's all my fault. I take it. You did.
Yeah.
Something I did or something I didn't do. Nobody to blame, but it's over. And what I was saying about Nancy Wilson,
Yeah.
she started singing when I walked in the club. And then I started liking her singing. Other than that, I didn't care for singers that much. Eddie Jefferson, King Pleasure, Joe Williams, a little Bill Eckstein. There's one guy I really like with Arthur Prysock. I worry about you. When you're alone, I get blue. And darling, take care. I worry about you. That came out when I was in high school. And down in Arkansas, they played blues and stuff like that. Not like that.
Yeah.
But he did come to our city, and the second wife we met, and she liked him, and I started liking that. I could dance on that. I worry about you.
Your wives, some of them turned you on to music, like that instance.
Well, I always tell you, your music got to have somebody with you. So,
Yeah, to enjoy it with.
not that she turned me on to it. Yeah, I
Well,
don't know.
it made it make sense. Yeah,
But
because
see, I was already out there with music. I've always been with music, okay? And I always had a record player. My dad had one, and once a month, maybe the people get together. We was in a community. You know, you got to walk miles and miles to somebody's house to see somebody. You didn't see nobody but your family maybe for months. And then whenever you get together, only days you go to church for somebody died, you know? And then everybody come from the settlement on horses and buggies and things like that and tie them to a tree outside and they go, and that's how we get together from the beginning. But see, when I moved up, like I left home when I was 15, I was married when I was about 15, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I didn't stay around that area that long. But when I went to the city, then I got a job. I met my first wife. I was like 15 years old because I just turned to the 8th grade. And not the 8th grade, just turned to the 9th grade.
Ninth grade, yeah.
I didn't know I had passed. You know, I didn't go back to school. School out in May, I think, May. And see, my birthday is in June 30th at the time. I found out it's August the 10th, but I was celebrating June the 30th. So, whatever year it was, I passed to the 9th grade because they wouldn't let me go to school because I was married.
Yeah.
So I had to go back to that same place for 2 years. Caught the bus on the road, and I made good grade. And I got out of school, I found a gig. I had a room. You know, I didn't grow up at home and Mama taught me how to cook. Hell, I wasn't there. I had a room. I eat out all the time, you know. So I went through school. I go home and do my homework and make good grade. I was a C+, came out a C+.
C's get degrees, yeah.
Yeah, I work at the hotel at night. I always work, man. My parents didn't take care of me. I got my own stuff through, okay? But I always had nice clothes. I always had ladies. I always had money.
And you're always in the black, never in the
always
red.
had something. I had a bicycle down there. When the first black, the second black, they had a bike with a motor in it.
You know what? One of the first to
In my
conceal
community.
carry. Well, you are a pioneer, just all over. In
Yeah,
life.
when I see things nice, I want it, you know.
So you were married 4 times,
Yeah.
and you said you improved as a husband and
Each
improved.
time.
I have cold hands, a warm heart, dirty feet, and no sweetheart.
Man, you're fortunate. You're lucky.
Well, that being said, I know everyone always says because I'm single, I'm looking to mingle with one lady, not a bunch. I'm a monogamist here. Monogamy. So my question for you, one I love to ask, wisdom for the folks at home, wisdom for me first of all, because I'm selfish. I'm here talking to you, but they're all watching and listening at home. Wisdom for marriage, for finding a lady, for keeping a lady.
When I said this, when you meet somebody, they so nice you wish you could eat them up.
Yeah.
After you're married, you wish you had her.
180-degree
You
switch.
might wish you had ate them up. They weren't still alive. You did. I mean, digest their ass. Yeah. No.
So advice on keeping a lady though. How do you keep a lady?
Be a puppet.
You know,
You might keep
yes,
it that
ma'am,
way.
or, you know.
And you still won't keep her. You won't have you. She just got you on the range. You got somebody else too.
Yeah.
You know, you don't have you. Hey, no. Hey, let them go.
Yeah.
Like a bird, you're free. You know, take your wing and fly away. Yeah, man.
May you be satisfied with remember the wife of your youth. May you be satisfied with her all your days.
No, I don't
Solomon
want to be
said
all my
3,000
days,
years
no
ago in
damn
Proverbs.
body. You know, hell no.
Yeah.
You know, like I said, you wake up one morning, you wish you had to eat her up.
You know what it actually says specifically in that verse? It says, may you be satisfied with her breasts all of your days. They're like 2 does, it says in the Bible. I know, crazy stuff, but...
Or you can
it's
get
in
that
there.
anywhere.
What is it? Augustine, some people call him St. Augustine, my favorite author of the past 20 centuries, Augustine, Aquinas, Calvin, Luther, and Edwards, respectively. I've read most of this stuff unabridged, some of it many times. He said, the glory of women are their breasts, and the glory of men are their beards.
Okay.
Yeah.
How much money you have to have with that? You still gotta have money. I don't
Yeah,
get
he
it.
was rich, Augustine. He was a man of wealth.
Well, then he can do all that stuff,
Yeah.
like Tom Brady.
In your opinion, what is your favorite moment in Detroit music history?
I can't just have a moment. I need a lot.
Let's go through it then. Let's go through a couple of
Man,
them.
there's so much, man. I love music. The life that I've had is amazing, you know. I went to work every day. I could dress nice. Back then, I wore suits every day. I had them, you know, I had that. I had what I had.
Yeah.
Nice cars and had money. I had respect. And what else is there? I had freedom.
God
you know?
bless.
And see, not having money is discriminating too, really, because you can't do
Holds you
anything.
back.
But who want to be with you and you don't have any money? But
Yeah.
you got money, everybody. You got a lot of friends. You dig what I'm saying? Everybody want to be your friend. You got all the things that make you got a nice guy. Hey, I know him. He don't know you, but he tells somebody, I know him. He can drive them vets all the time. Yeah. And it make him look good because he knows somebody who drive vets. That's the way people.
Birds of a feather, and they like birds of a feather flock together unless they can flock upwards. That's the other
But
thing.
I've been in my vet and been so long and go down on the river. Tears coming down. Why? I remember when I got my vet. I went to Hudson. No, I shouldn't say that, but I did. And I started tears running out. And I got in my car, and I was driving down the expressway. And people were passing and looking. There's a new car. Who are they looking? I noticed what they're saying. They don't know. Tears was walking down. Because I was still unhappy. It doesn't make you happy. It just take you to another level.
You ever hear that quote? There's a I think it was Peter Thiel, or it's one of those billionaires. He said, "Money can't buy you happiness, but it can buy you a yacht that gets you pretty close to happiness."
Oh, you can
sail
get
up
the
right
yacht,
next
it
to
ain't gonna make you happy. I can get close to happy. I don't have to go on a yacht. I'm not going on a yacht no damn way. Not me.
Well,
But
here,
I'm just saying.
let me ask you this question though, because this is an honest way to kind of check what you just said. Yes, money doesn't make you happy, but aren't you glad you had it?
Of course.
There you go. It doesn't make you happy, but it's good to have.
Of course.
Yeah.
But I'm just still saying, people think if all he has the money, that don't make you happy. It's not going to be
Ultimately,
happy.
yeah.
You know, clothes and everything. I got things with tags on the head 4 or 5 years and never wore one. You know, because I can go, you know, I bought a lot of new stuff, real expensive pants. And well, I got some pants to put on my scooter, 2 pairs of pants, man. Got home, they wasn't there, lost them. They was in bags, right?
Yeah.
And I was leaning back and driving, they slid off the thing, and no one. But anyway, it ain't about that. I know who I am. I don't have to dress.
Yeah.
If I'm with the lady, yes, I want to look good. But if I'm not with her, I don't want to look that way.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But like now, I got a hole in my pants, my routine. I'm cool.
Deconstructed. Yeah. Yeah.
And
Hugo Boss.
but this jacket is whole denim. I love it,
Nice.
man. It
Yeah.
just fits, you know. I'm
If it
just
works.
saying.
If it works, it works.
Right. I'm cool where I'm going with this.
And
I
it's
wouldn't go
classy.
downtown with this. I wouldn't go try to pick up a lady with this.
Okay, here. Let me move on though. What was the best part of working with Florence Keywell, and what was the best part of working after, when you're on your own, you know, after Florence Keywell?
Well, I made my money after Florence Keywell, of course. And that's good and bad, everything. When I was with Keywell, it was her experience. She worried. I worried too, but I'm just still saying she paid the bills. Damn me, I had to worry. I had to pay the bill. So.
Oh yeah, give and take. Yeah, so you
Right.
made more money in the latter part,
But
but
I
then
had-
you had more worry in the latter
Right,
half.
right. You know, I go home.
More than half.
All my business downtown, suppose somebody go out and set it afire. You know, nowadays they would, you did.
Yeah.
And many nights I'm laying at home in bed, man, alarm go, I get up and let's go downtown, you know. But I was downtown, and we didn't come downtown that much then. It ain't that way now.
Oh, black people, you're saying?
Right.
Yeah.
They still don't come down in downtown. Do they have bars up in the windows downtown now?
Oh.
Think about it. You don't see bars up in no stores, right?
They did back in the day. You're
That's
saying?
what I'm trying to tell you.
Okay.
I had bars in front of my store.
Did it block your display even? Did it kind of block being able to see it a little
They
bit?
could see what they can see, but I had to have the bar. That's automatic. You got to have the bar if you don't have no damn windows. You know,
Man.
I'm just still saying that's the way it was, man.
I didn't know that.
Yeah,
Wow.
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
But now,
Whoa. Sorry, I got these headphones on so it's louder. Okay. Sorry.
yeah.
Here, let me get my keys. Sorry.
But you know, when you ask me a question, I got to answer it honestly. You ask me between that and being Florence Keywell and me, I got a lot of responsibility. You dig?
Yeah.
I got to pay people if I don't sell anything. They still want their money. And that's one thing, as long as I was in business, I never tell my employees I couldn't pay them that week. You follow me?
Yeah.
A lot of black, I can't give you all your money, give you some, this week and give you some and cover day after day and all that kind of shit.
What is the last thing you listened to? Music.
Some Coltrane, I think. I listen and Billy Paul. I've been listening to Billy Paul lately.
Oh, here's a question. You have a friend, we don't have to name him if he wants to be anonymous, but you have a friend that for years has been making you mix CDs. What a nice guy. Has he turned you on to any music that was around back in your day that you weren't aware of, and now you're like, wow, I didn't know about this before? Any new discoveries of old music?
No, see, I'm just secret this here first.
Take your time. Let me take that question again.
Mm-hmm.
You have a friend, a very nice gentleman local here to Detroit. We don't have to name him if he wants to be anonymous, but for years, this man has been making you mix CDs of music that you've listened to all your life. But in those mix CDs, has he ever put music in there that you weren't aware of, that you're just now discovering?
What do you mean by mix cities?
Mix CDs.
Oh, mix cities?
Yes, sir. You know, like there's a man that one day we were taping in.
Yeah, what he does is tape an album for me.
Yeah, so in those albums that he's been giving you so you can listen to, you play out when you're on the scooter. Has there ever been music that was around back in your day that you weren't aware of, and you're like, wow, this is great, I never knew about it, or you knew all the music regardless? You know, all the music.
At that time, yeah, I had a catalog. I knew every album's out. Anything I knew I wanted, I could get it.
So,
because what I'm saying is, I know a lot of things out, but I can't listen to everything. I want a specific one.
Yeah. So, but my question is, have you made any discoveries of bands that maybe you didn't?
No, but you understand what I'm saying. I just told you. I request him to make me this album by such and such a person.
Oh, okay. That's different then.
He don't care how old it is or how new it is. He can dub it and tape it for me.
Yeah.
What costs $15 or $20 at the store.
Yeah.
He do it for me for nothing because he like me because. You understand what I'm saying?
God bless. Yeah.
I don't know how he do that. I don't know how to get paid. He called Burns. I'm like, a lot of people got these instruments. Like I used to do cassettes. I did VCR. In fact, I made a living off of VCR concerts. Yeah, I tape and I make them for somebody else. I got people. Cause people came out with, everybody didn't know you could play music. Couldn't get music. And back in that time, there's only a few music you could get that was on a CD. And see, they gave me some that came and put it in my store. That's how I got hip to them. Had Chaka Khan, I'm Every Woman.
Okay.
They gave me that. It's the video, CD. Ashes and Simpson, video scene. Made her big. See, I'm the one got them big. They set up a thing in my store, display all like this.
Yeah.
Big machine, 4 minute card in front of the store, and the screen back here, big screen like this on the wall.
Man.
And people that never saw a video before, and they was in the window looking at it.
Your MTV before MTV, in-store play.
And they be singing I'm Every Woman, and
Yeah.
I played it all day. I actually got the tapes on. I show them to you.
Yeah.
And a lot of people, that's how I did. That's what they did. I was the only one who could do that. And that's how to get the record started.
Yeah.
And every time, then Columbia do it, and then, Motown, they get some Motown. And then they would send me a tape.
Yeah, yeah. Here, I want to give this guy a card. Hey, you want to get your are your teeth good?
Yeah.
Okay, here. How you doing? Home of my heart, I sing of thee, Michigan, my Michigan, thy lake-bound shores I long to see, Michigan, my Michigan, from Saginaw's tall whispering pines to Lake Superior's farthest mines, fair in the light of memory shines, Michigan, my Michigan, and when that happy time shall come, Michigan, my Michigan, that brings thy war-torn heroes home, Michigan, my Michigan, what welcome from their own proud shore, what honor at their feet will pour, what tears for those who come no more, Michigan, my Michigan.